Hello. The value of a 1984 United States 1-cent coin, Lincoln cent. It's important to differentiate between common circulated coins and those with errors or in exceptional condition. Here's a breakdown. Most 1984 Lincoln cents found in circulation have very little value beyond their face value. Of 1 cent, millions were minted, so they are very common in well-circulated condition. They are worth 1 cent. Uncirculated coins in excellent condition can have a slightly higher value to collectors. The value will increase with the condition of the coin. Key factors affecting value: condition. The coin's condition is paramount. Uncirculated coins with minimal wear are worth more. Mint marks. The mint mark or lack thereof indicates where the coin was produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, while all are common. Collectors value coins with full mint luster. Errors. Certain 1984 Lincoln cents have minting errors, most notably the double die obverse. These error coins are significantly more valuable. The 1984 double die obverse. This is a significant variety where the image on the obverse Lincoln's portrait appears doubled. This is most noticeable in Lincoln's ear, boatee, and beard. If you have a 1984 cent, carefully examine it for this doubling. These error coins can command a substantial premium from collectors. Where to find value information: reliable coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation provide information and value guides. Websites like Graysheet.com and PCGS Coin Facts offer pricing information and details on coin varieties. In summary, while most 1984 pennies are worth only a cent, those in pristine condition or with the double die error can be much more valuable. And introduction: importance of coinage in the U.S. economy. Overview of the 1 cent coin and its historical significance. Historical context: the economic landscape of the early 1980s, inflation and the decrease in purchasing power. The significance of low-denomination coins. Design of the 1984 1 cent coin. Description of the obverse Lincoln's portrait. Description of the reverse Lincoln memorial. Artist contributions: Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparro. Historical significance of Lincoln on U.S. currency manufacturing process. Overview of coin production. In the U.S., minting process is utilized in 1984. Quantity produced approx 7 billion coins. Impact of coin production on the economy. Composition of the 1984 penny pre-1982. Composition: 95% copper and 5% zinc. Transition to predominantly zinc composition. Effects of copper prices on coin production. The debate over the penny's composition, market value, and collectability. How condition influences the value of coins. Grading scale for coins: good to mint state. Specific values for circulated versus uncirculated coins. The role of errors and varieties in determining value. Cultural and historical significance of the penny. The penny's role in everyday transactions. Symbolism of the penny in American culture. Notable instances of the penny in literature and media. The emotional connection many Americans have with the penny. Legislation affecting the penny. Legislative history of the penny. Discussions on potential elimination or redesigning of the penny. Public sentiment regarding the penny's future. The 1984 penny in the collector's market. How collectors view the 1984 penny. Market trends in the numismatic community. Noteworthy sales and auctions involving the 1984 penny. Future of the 1 cent coin. Current debates on the value of the penny. Predictions for the future of low-denomination coins. Economic implications of maintaining or discontinuing the penny. Conclusion: summary of the significance of the 1984 penny. Reflection on the broader implications of coinage in American society. Final thoughts on the legacy of the 1 cent coin. Here's a more detailed elaboration on a few sections that could be expanded later into full chapters. The 1 cent coin, colloquially known as the penny, has played a significant role in the economic history of the United States as one of the oldest forms of coinage in the nation. The penny reflects both the historical values and the changing landscape of American currency. With the 1984 1 cent coin, we dive into the complexities of its design, historical context, and place within American culture. The early 1980s were marked by economic challenges, including high inflation rates and a shift in consumer behavior. The penny, once a staple of everyday transactions, began to lose its purchasing power in the face of rising costs. The demand for low-denomination coins remained even as discussions about their practicality began to emerge. The design of the 1984 penny continued the long-standing tradition of honoring Abraham Lincoln, a timeless symbol of American values and democracy. The obverse side showcases Lincoln's likeness, a tribute to his leadership during pivotal moments in American history. The reverse side, depicting the Lincoln Memorial, serves as a reminder of his enduring legacy. The artistry of Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo imbues the penny with a sense of historical reverence. The value of the 1984 penny is influenced heavily by its physical condition and rarity. Collectors often seek out coins in uncirculated condition, which can significantly increase in value. Furthermore, unique varieties or errors, such as a mistrike, can transform an ordinary penny into a sought-after collector's item through auctions and sales. The market will often determine the worth of the penny has transcended its role as mere currency to become a cultural icon. In American society, it frequently appears in folklore, literature, and sayings, symbolizing good luck or representing the value of small beginnings. The emotional attachment many Americans have with the penny is tied to its long-standing presence in everyday life, where every coin, no matter how small, holds the potential for something greater. As we reflect on the legacy of the 1984 1-cent coin, we realize that its significance extends far beyond its face value. The penny represents a piece of American history embodying the values, struggles, and aspirations of generations. Its future, as part of ongoing debates about currency, may shape the way we view not only coins, but the broader concepts of value and worth in our modern economy. These sections can be expanded to create a comprehensive examination of the 1984 penny, diving deeper into historical research, economic influences, and cultural narratives surrounding this iconic coin. And join me on this wild treasure hunt as I search for the rare 1984 United States 1-cent coin and see if I can find one hidden in my collection. The 1984 United States 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history, and its significance extends far beyond its face value. As collectors, we're drawn to the stories behind these coins, the historical context in which they were minted, and the secrets they hold. The 1984 1-cent coin is no exception. And today we're going to dive into what makes it so special when it comes to finding the 1984 1-cent coin. Collectors face a unique set of challenges. For starters, this coin is incredibly rare, which means that tracking one down can be like searching for a needle in a haystack. Many collectors believe that the rarity of the coin automatically makes it valuable, but that's not always the case. In fact, some collectors have been misled into thinking that their 1984 1-cent coin is worth a small fortune, only to be disappointed when they learn the truth. Another obstacle facing collectors is the sheer number of counterfeits and altered coins that have flooded the market. It takes a keen eye and a deep understanding of the coin's design and production to spot the real deal. The rarity of the 1984 1-cent coin is further complicated by the fact that the US Mint produced a large number of coins that year. In 1984, the Mint produced over 8.5 billion 1-cent coins, making it difficult to determine which ones are truly rare and which ones are just common. This oversupply has led some collectors to overlook the 1984 1-cent coin, assuming that it's not worth their time and effort. But for those who are willing to dig deeper, the rewards can be significant. One of the biggest misconceptions surrounding the 1984 1-cent coin is that it's only valuable if it's imperfect condition. While condition certainly plays a role in determining the coin's value, it's not the only factor. In fact, some coins with slight imperfections or worn surfaces can be just as valuable as those in pristine condition. The key is understanding what to look for and how to evaluate the coin's overall condition. The design and production of the 1984 1-cent coin are equally fascinating, with some unique features that set it apart from other coins minted during the same period. The obverse or front side of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial. The coin's design is the result of a collaboration between artists and mint officials who worked together to create a coin that would honor Lincoln's legacy. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1984 1-1 coin is the existence of several minting errors and anomalies. For example, some coins feature misaligned dies, which can result in a shifted image on the coin's surface. Others may have imperfections in the metal itself, such as copper spots or discoloration. These errors can greatly impact the coin's value, making it a true treasure for collectors who stumble upon them. The 1984 1-cent coin is also notable for its unique minting process. During this time, the US Mint was transitioning from copper-based coins to more cost-effective alternatives such as zinc-coated steel. This transition led to a range of variations in the coin's composition, which can be identified through careful examination. As I dug through my collection, I stumbled upon a surprising discovery that highlights the importance of the 1984 1-cent coin in the numismatic community. It turns out that a small batch of coins minted in 1984 featured a rare misprint where the word liberty was accidentally inverted on the coins. Obverse, this misprint is extremely rare, making the coins that feature highly sought after by collectors. As I continued to research this misprint, I learned that only a handful of these coins exist, making them true treasures in the world of numismatics. This discovery not only highlights the significance of the 1984 1-cent coin, but also underscores the importance of careful examination and attention to detail. In the end, the 1984 United States 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of history that offers collectors a unique glimpse into the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is definitely worth adding to your collection. Thanks for joining me on this wild treasure hunt. If you have any experiences or thoughts about the 1984 1-cent coin, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you're ready for more coin collecting adventures, be sure to check out my video on the 1970 to doubloon era coin. It's a real page turner, and the 1984 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln cent or simply the penny, is part of a long lineage of US coinage. It features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909, and has remained largely unchanged in design. While it may seem like an ordinary piece of currency, the 1984 Lincoln cent carries historical significance, notable errors, and collector interest. This extensive examination explores the origins of the Lincoln cent, the details of the 1984 edition minting, errors, and its place in numismatics. Before 1909, the US cent featured designs such as the flowing hair large cent 1793-1796, draped bust 1796-1807, classic head 1808-1814, coronet 1816-1839, and Indian head 1859-1909. To commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the US Mint decided to honor him with a portrait on the cent. The Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, was the first US coin to feature a real historical figure rather than an allegorical representation of liberty. The design included a right-facing portrait of Lincoln to stalks of wheat, giving it the nickname Wheat Penny. In 1959, to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the Wheat Penny design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro. This design featured the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., with Lincoln's statue visible inside. The Lincoln Memorial cent remained in circulation from 1959 to 2008, making the 1984 penny part of this long-running design. The 1984 Lincoln cent mintage and design, composition, and specifications. By 1980, for the US cent had already undergone a major change in composition. Initially made of 95% copper, the US Mint transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. Due to rising copper prices, the 1984 Lincoln cent has the following specifications: composition 97.5% zinc to 0.5% copper, copper-plated zinc, weight to 0.5 grams, diameter 19.05 millimeters, edge plane. The 1984 penny was minted at 3 facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, 8,151,079,000 coins; Denver Mint, D mint mark, 5,569,238,906 coins; San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, proof, only 3,282,411 coins. The vast mintage means that the 1984 penny is common in circulation. Features Lincoln's bust with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1984. The Lincoln Memorial with "United States of America" and "E pluribus unum" above, and 1 cent below. Errors and variants of the 1984 Lincoln cent. While the 1984 penny is generally common, certain errors and varieties have made specific specimens valuable to collectors. The 1980 for doubled ear error. One of the most famous 1984 penny errors is the doubled ear Lincoln cent. This variety features a doubling of Lincoln's earlobe caused by a misalignment in the die-hubbing process. Identification: a second earlobe appears just below the primary earlobe. Well-preserved examples can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100 depending on condition. Off-center strikes occur when the blank planchette is not properly aligned in the press. Some 1980 for pennies have been found with 5% to 50% off-center strikes increasing their collective value. A clipped planchette error happens when part of the coin's edge is missing due to a misfeeding of the metal strip. During production, a broad-struck penny is produced when the coin is struck without the collar die, causing the edges to spread out. Unnaturally circulated pennies. Most 1984 pennies in circulation are only worth face value. Uncirculated mint state: an uncirculated example with full luster can be worth between $1 and $5. Proof coins: San Francisco minted proof coins, particularly deep cameo examples, can sell for $10 to $20. Grading: the 1980 for penny grading plays a significant role in determining value. The Sheldon coin grading scale 1 to 70 is used. MS60, MS63. Common but slightly more valuable MS65. High-grade examples may sell for $10 to $15. MS67, MS69. Rare, potentially worth over $100. Despite being a low-denomination coin, the Lincoln cent has left a lasting impact on American numismatics. The 1980 for penny represents an era of transition when copper prices forced a change in the coin's composition. In 2009, the U.S. Mint replaced the Lincoln Memorial reverse with four different designs celebrating Lincoln's life. From 2010 onward, the penny features the Union Shield design. The 1980 for United States 1-cent coin is a common yet historically significant piece of U.S. currency. Its origins trace back to 1909, and its errors, such as the doubled ear variety, make it a fascinating subject for collectors. While most 1980 for pennies remain worth only 1 cent, high-grade or error specimens can be valuable as long as the Lincoln cent remains in production. Its legacy as a cornerstone of American coinage will continue. Would you like more details on any specific aspect such as grading or auction records? Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget my channel, Coins Dictionary YT, subscribe and bell icon.